Hello, everyone, and welcome to Someone Should Have Told Me. We live this life every day. We get up, we do what we do, and we go to bed. Why not live your life to be happy, no matter what is going on in your life? And things happen. Things happen out of our control, and there's nothing we can do about it. But we can live, as I've said before, the cards that are dealt to you. You just have to live whatever is happening. You just strive for that happiness. Now, I was listening to something that my sister sent me, and I said that I was going to let you guys hear this because
this is really interesting, so I thought I would share. Have you ever thought about this? In 100 years, so like 2123, we will all be buried with our families and friends. Strangers will live in our homes that we work so hard to build. And someone else will own everything that we have today. Most of our possessions will be given away or thrown out and destroyed, including the car we spent a fortune on, and will probably be scrapped. Our descendants will hardly know who we are, nor will they remember us. How many of us know who our grandfather's father was? After we die, we will be remembered for a few more years, and then we're just a portrait on someone's wall. And a few decades later, our history, photos, and deeds disappear into history's oblivion. We won't even be memories. If we pause one day to think about this, perhaps we would understand how pointless it is for us to worry about 95% of the things that consume our minds daily. If we could only think about this, surely our approaches, our thoughts would change, and we would do things differently. Perhaps we would feel more free to enjoy ourselves and our lives that we are living. So take these thoughts into the rest of our day, this week, this year, and remember this saying: if it's not going to matter in 5 years, don't spend more than 5 minutes being upset by it.
Now, that was Mitch Mullins, and it was on Facebook, and my sister sent it to all of her siblings, and it makes so much sense because we spend so much time worrying, which I told you guys, worrying is a useless emotion. But we all have a hard time not worrying because, say for instance, myself, I worry when there's something going on with my family members. I worry, and my worry is not worrying what's going to happen to them. My worry is, what can I do for them to make it better, to make it easier? What can I say? Can I say something? Can I do something? Can anything, any energy that I can give to make it better? That is usually my worry, because with my own self, I really have this play your cards that you're dealt down pat, because there is nothing else to do but deal with the things that are happening to you. If you are worrying so much, I was walking and I was listening to music, and this song came on, and it's called Let's Go by Dwayne Woods. I've never heard of this man before, but his song just generated through my body, made me speed up walking, and made me get closer to my best walk, because I'm not running. Not yet. Maybe I will. But my best walk is 18 minutes per mile. Which, that's not, wonderful, but my worst was 25, and I was very upset about that. Anyway, so this song made me get up and start moving. And I want you guys to just look it up on YouTube. Let's Go. And remember, it's by Dwayne Woods. So as soon as I start to listen to this, and I was like, oh my God, he's so right. This is exactly what Mitch Mullins was talking about basically on Facebook, even though he has not said anything, basically what he said. And this song, Dwayne Woods is saying, soon as he stopped worrying, that's when things start happening, because we need to just let it go and let it do what it do. But Dwayne Woods is saying, let it go and let God, because that's what basically let it do what it do. You know how I feel about the Supreme Being. If you're going to worry, don't pray. If you're going to pray, don't worry. That actually came from 50 Cent. I know I've probably mentioned it before, but it's okay. I was like, 50 Cent said this? If you're going to worry, don't pray. If you're going to pray, don't worry. My goodness, that was amazing. And I was saying, this just shows you that it doesn't matter who the messenger is. Get the message. It doesn't matter who said it. You can get something from everyone. Guys, we have to live our life to be happy. I do not want to have a frown on my face. You know how they call it the bitch face. When you're not even doing anything. Your resting bitch face. That's what it is. You're not even doing anything and you're looking all upset and you're looking like you're not a good person. I don't want to be that person. So I want to live my life to be happy. And if it's not working, maybe what I'm trying to do is not meant for me. Not meant for you. I mean, like things I've tried that I didn't succeed at. Like when I first got out of high school, I wanted to go to the Navy. Oh my goodness, because I love water. They were talking about opportunities and this and that. So I went to a recruiter. He helped me, to get ready for the test. And I went and I took the test. Do you know I missed that test by 3 points? And there is no reason that I should not have passed that test, because I'm no dummy. And the test was not horribly hard. My nerves may have played a part in it. I mean, I'm 18 years old. I was 18 years old. But I didn't pass the test the first time, and I never went back to take it again. And not because I just didn't want it, because don't think I wasn't disappointed when I didn't pass, because, you set yourself up. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it, and blah, blah, blah. And then it doesn't work. And it's like, why that didn't work? What happened? Maybe it just wasn't meant for you. Because had I went into the service, I never would have met my husband. I never would have had the sons that I have. They would have been somebody else if I even had, decided to have kids later. But I went with what was happening at the time. I also was going to school to be a teacher. And my husband, when I first got married, he was like, go to school. You don't have to work. Go to school. Okay, that sounds real good, doesn't it? Well, I started going to school, and when I come home and I have to do homework and the house is a mess, and so then you clean up and then you try to do your homework, and then my husband would come home. And mind you, people, I tell you, my husband does hair for a living. So he's surrounded by females, because he does females hair. So how do you think I felt when I'm trying to do my homework and do the house? Because he is working. He was working really, really hard back then, but he come home from work, and because I'm doing homework, he wanted to go hang out. Oh, no. What he should have been doing was probably helping me clean, helping me cook. But he was working. We both were young. Like, we got married at 23 and 24. Actually, we was 22 and 23, but we soon turned 23 and 24 within a couple of months. And he about to go hang out, and I'm sitting here doing homework. So therefore, I didn't really have my mind on school. It was more so, what the heck is going on? And so I couldn't focus. I couldn't focus on school. And so then my report card came, and it was not the best it could be. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't the best it can be. And my mind was not on homework. My mind was on, what is my husband doing? Which maybe it should have been on homework. But here was the decision I had to make at the time. So I could have focused on school while he's hanging out. But I'm going to tell you, once I got through with school, then I probably would not have had a marriage, because there are certain things that I am not going to accept in my marriage. Things aren't just going to roll with me. I got to be happy. I got to be happy in every aspect of my life. And if you are not contributing to my happiness, then bye-bye. Bye-bye. So had I focused on school and not my husband, I probably would have gotten a divorce once I was done with school, because he was doing everything. And then there would have been some kind of contemplation within my head, because he did allow me to go to school while he worked, and I didn't have to work. I didn't have to bring in a penny, but I wasn't going to let him be out lollygagging. Then women were swarming him because we were so young, and he had friends that he would hang out with as females, and that doesn't go well in my marriage either. It's like, no, your best friend should be me. I'm your wife, and I should be your best friend because you're my husband. You and I should be best friends. I should be able to talk to you about everything. If you can't handle it, then I don't know what to tell you, because you should be happy that I am able to talk to you about anything. However, I end up dropping out of college once I got pregnant at that time, and went on to be a mother and a wife. And he kept saying to me back then, what is it that you want to be? And I would say, I thought I was a mother right now, because being a mother is the most important thing when you have children, because you only have that short time. But this is not what that's about. So I did not become a teacher. Then I decided to go into healthcare as a career. The reason that I decided to go into healthcare is because I said, oh my goodness, no matter what, they will always have a job. Because back then people were on unemployment and there was hardly any jobs. But I knew if I became something in healthcare, that I would always have a job and always be working. Even though it backfired on me during COVID, because I was an essential worker and everybody's at home doing whatever, and I had to go to work. And I was like, oh, I picked healthcare. That was great. But it did pan out to be exactly what I said. You will always have a job in healthcare. And so I have been in healthcare for many, many years, I'll just say. So yes, you should try to plan your life. But what you shouldn't do is don't get upset when life doesn't go as you planned. And you know, most of the time, life does not go as planned. Usually that is what happens. That's what it means. You plan and then you fall off plan. So you don't get upset. You just ride that road that you are on and look at the scenery and get the lessons that you are to learn, because the lessons are what is needed for your personal journey. You getting upset, you can't just have things just going straight and going just like you planned and everything, and that's not the way life is done, okay? So don't fret about it. Don't get upset about it. Just go. I was listening to Steve Harvey one morning because Steve Harvey's radio show, when he comes on at 6 a.m., his radio show, he talks for 12 minutes about his blessings and his life and how things are going. And I was listening to him one morning, and what he said was that he didn't know what, but he knew he wanted to be successful. He never thought that he would be where he is today. Even with all the planning and stuff that you can do, you never can tell where you're going to end up because things will take detours. It was so funny because he talked about how he was in Amway back in the day. Amway, if you don't know, was a company that sold household supplies and food and all this stuff, and they were going to buy it in bulk, and then you had to bring it to your house, and then people had to come pick it up because they had ordered this, and it was good cleaning products and all this. He said he dropped out of college and he didn't make it in Amway. He said he even sold vacuums door to door. But whether he did or not, the bottom line is that he kept trying until he found his gift, which comes natural to him. He was talking about how when you reach what your gift is, that you are supposed to be doing in life, that it will be easy. It will come so easy for you to do. He was telling us, don't give up. Don't give up. So what? You tried this. So what? You tried that. Just keep on trying till you get where you need and where you want to be. I'm going to say, don't give up. And don't take things so hard. You take it so hard when things happen that it don't go as you planned, that you're missing the point here. That wasn't meant for you. So therefore, let's keep going, see where my happiness is, see what is meant for me, because it's going to be. It's going to go, and it's going to be easy. Everything is not meant for you. I was talking to a friend, and she said that was her mom's way of saying that something is not right for you. Whether it was clothes or a boyfriend or just regular friends, she just would say, sweetheart, I don't think that's meant for you. Say, for instance, she tried on a dress and it looked awful. Sweetheart, I don't think that's meant for you. And I think that is such a lovely, sweet thing to say. But everything and everybody that crosses the roads of your journey in your life, they do have a purpose. And don't think that they are just there for nothing. They are there for your growth. Remember, I said before. Everything that happens to you is for your development and for your transition to be who you need to be. I read this book one time, and the message was, everyone is not meant to stay in your life a lifetime. Sometimes people are just meant to make a appearance. And once they've made their appearance and that you have gotten what you need to get from them, then their time has passed. Sometimes it comes, you meet them again because they have something else to teach you or something. But don't get upset from the people that are just passing through. And some things we want are not good for us. They're not good for where our journey is taking us. We cannot always take everyone with us. I have a story when I say you can't always take everyone with you. So my neighbors were having a party. They had just moved here, and in this neighborhood, and they probably had came from a neighborhood that was not as nice. And they had a big party. And me and my husband sitting on the porch, and there was one of their guests that was parked next door, and he came out and he actually started peeing in front of the house during the party. Yeah, you guys know that I will talk to anybody. I will say what I need to say, whatever. And I was like, excuse me, please don't pee in front of the house. I mean, you're at a party. I'm sure they have some places where you can go to the bathroom. Well, this man said, oh, no. I didn't pee in front of your house and blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay. Because guess what? I'm going to take it up with the neighbor. Because I don't know this man from Adam or Eve, and I don't know his disposition or nothing, and I'm not getting ready to argue with this man after I done seen him pee, and now he's sitting up there lying. So I said, okay, it's fine. So I end up, later on, the doorbell rings, and I said, oh my, who's at the door? And I went to the door, and it was the neighbor. And the neighbor is apologizing for this man peeing in the street in front of my house. And I said, he said he didn't do it. Yeah, well, I know he did, the neighbor said, because he came straight to me and started talking about you. And I know this man, and I know he did it, and I truly apologize. He brought the guy who had peed to apologize as well. I told him after the fact, I said, we try to move up in the world, and we try to bring everybody that we can with us. But some people just aren't ready to come when you're ready to bring them, and you just can't take everybody with you. You can't always take everybody. My point is, we are trying to live to be happy. No matter what roads we have to go on, no matter how we plan, the roads will get twisted and turned to where we never thought we would be. The thing that we have to do is focus. Focus on what we need to be focusing on and not what actually happened. You're complaining and fussing and this happened and this happened. That is all a waste of time. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it to get back to being the happy life that you're trying to live? I was talking to my younger son, and he said, I got a way for you to say this, and it will be so understood. And this is what he said. Take a poisonous snake. The poisonous snake bites you. Are you going to spend time complaining, arguing? Oh my goodness. Talking about, I've been bit by a snake. I've been bit by a snake. And then you're just running around doing nothing. What you need to do not take the time and energy to worry about why the snake bit you. Spend your energy removing the poison so that you can live and get back to your normacy of being happy and being well in the snake case, because a snake is going to be a snake, and there is nothing else that this snake can be but a snake. So why are you going to worry about what the snake does? It bit you. Why are you going to worry about that when you need to be worrying about the recovery of it? So whenever something happens to you, instead of spending so much time worrying, think about the recovery. Because the sooner that you recover, the faster you can get back to your happy and get back on your road to the life that you are deserving to live. I appreciate you guys listening to me. I appreciate that you want to be happy. I want you to be happy. You know I love you. I say it all the time. I love you guys so much. And I don't meet no strangers in the street. I'm always talking to everyone. This is why I have a podcast. So I can talk to you all at the same time. Okay, so thank you for listening to me. You can listen to me anywhere that you get your podcast. You can listen to me. Thank you. I love you all. Have a great week. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.